What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So one of the big stories out recently actually has to do with attacks here on US soil. We are now being warned that there are multiple possibilities of different attacks here on the United States. Means on the people, but on other things as well. For example, our infrastructure. I will address that later on in this video, but that is the real concern. Now, I can tell you that there's a lot of people that are saying that the United States is getting in the middle of this war between Israel and Gaza. Other people are saying that no, the United States needs to do more. But who are the people that are saying, and which one are they saying? Well, people in the Middle East, especially in Israel. They are saying that the United States needs to do more. We need to support the Israeli people because we are an ally. And then you got people over in Gaza and the Palestinian people, and you're seeing protests all across the United States in other countries as well, that people are questioning what the United States is doing because we are not sending any humanitarian aid or as much as we should. Now, I bring this up because the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, he actually traveled to the Middle East this past week. He met with multiple world leaders. He met with Netanyahu, met with President Abbas from Gaza as well, from the Palestinian president. And he said, and he was very firm, that the United States supports Israel's right to protect itself as they would with any other country. If a country gets attacked because of the law of war, then that country has the right to respond and to defend itself. Secretary Anthony Blinken says the U.S. Does support Israel's right to defend itself. But he stressed that we need to protect civilians. We have to protect civilians at all costs. And right now he believes that Israel is not doing that because they are sending missiles and attacks and ground troops. And they are, pretty much taking the lives of civilians over in Gaza. He also said that he wants Israel to consider implementation of rolling humanitarian pauses, where they would stop all airstrikes, they would stop all ground operations, and allow people to get out, allow people to, go and get help, get medication, go to the hospitals, right? Call an ambulance without the risk of the ambulance being, struck by a missile, right? But unfortunately, all those asks that Secretary Anthony Blinken has asked for, Netanyahu has rejected. So we do know that there are many world leaders that are in pretty much support of what the United States is asking for as well. They support Israel's right to defend itself. However, they want to see that more people in Gaza are not being harmed. And that's where there's kind of that disconnect where Netanyahu says, no, we have to continue. We cannot stop. If we stop, that would be a win for Hamas. So just need to be aware of what's going on there. Let's see. Now they're saying that we have to be concerned with what's going on in, with other countries as well, because now the United States, Germany, France, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Morocco, Egypt, and even the United Arab Emirates, they all want this to end. They're all asking for Israel to stop, but they're not. We have seen numerous pro-Palestinian protests happening here in the United States, as well as across the world as well. One just happened over in Washington, D.C. just the other day. You may have seen this on the news, on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever. But there were thousands and thousands of people, pretty much storming the streets in protests of what is going on over in Gaza. Now, because of all this support from us here in the United States, from people all across the world, it is now starting to gain more traction. The media is picking up on these pro-Palestinian protests, talking about what could be And this is where the FBI is warning that because of the United States still offering aid to Israel, still offering funding, it's because of all this that now we're starting to see more and more protests. They say Iran and Iranian-backed groups are looking at the United States as an enemy, as well as any other country that is providing support. That is one of the reasons why there's many countries that are not providing any support at this time, because they are worried about potential attacks from Iran. Now, it's because of this, the FBI director says that all of us need to be on alert of the possibilities of an attack on U.S. soil. This is where things get interesting, because it's not a normal attack. It's not people coming in. It's not a missile. It's not people, troops, landing on our shores and starting to attack. That's not what they say is going to happen. What could happen at any time, they believe, is a cyber attack. This is where things are going to get very interesting, because we've seen this in the past, and it's going to be very similar to what the United States experienced when Russia invaded Ukraine. What we saw cyber attacks against our electrical grid. You may remember this. You may have seen a lot of the reports of people going and bashing cars into electrical facilities. And a lot of these were because of protests. Not all of them, but most of them were because of protests. U.S. officials believe our electrical grids, our water supply, and our air traffic would be the things that are most compromised. Okay? The FBI chief said that we need to be vigilant, because if something looks off, we need to say something. Okay? They are now putting together additional websites that you can actually go to provide an anonymous tip. I don't know how anonymous it can be when they can track you through your IP address, but that is something that they are trying to put together. They say the cities to watch for. And as I go through this list, they're pretty much just the most populated cities, but things that a lot of tourists go to. So the cities right now are New York, Los Angeles, Dallas, Seattle, Chicago, Boston, Miami, Atlanta, and Denver. And all those cities are cities that they say to watch for potential cyber attacks, things to our water supply and our electrical grid. But also they say these are the cities that we need to watch for because of their airports. All right. One thing I can tell you right now is that attacks in the U.S. are very possible. Now, attacks on the United States as a whole, where troops coming in, missiles, hitting our, hitting the country, that's what the FBI says is very unlikely. There's no imminent threat there, so we can be, feel some type of comfort there. But just understand, there's a lot of stuff going on in other countries. We are still in the middle of this Ukraine and Russia war, the Israel and Gaza war. Some say is just starting. This is just the beginning. It's far from over. It will be many, many months before this is all said and done. So the FBI just warns, just be ready. Is this potentially World War III? They say no, that we're far from it, but this is something that we need to be concerned with, and we need to be vigilant. So that's my warning for you guys today. If you guys have any questions regarding what's going on here in the United States or abroad, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.